No cash, no coins, just a tap. But the real answer to where money came from is far stranger. Because the first currency humans ever agreed on wasn't paper. It wasn't gold. It was rock. Giant, immovable, impossible to steal rock. Picture a small island. Limited resources. A tight-knit group of people who all know each other by face. There is no bank. There is no vault. There is only trust. And trust, it turns out, is the oldest currency of all. Your ancestors on this island quarried massive limestone discs, some taller than a person, some weighing more than a car. They carved a hole through the center, rolled them across the land, and set them upright in front of homes and villages. This is the real history behind the Rhinestones of Yap, an island in Micronesia studied extensively by economists trying to understand what money actually is. Here's the strange part. The stone almost never moved again after it was placed. So how did people pay each other with something they couldn't carry? They didn't move the rock. They moved the idea of a rock. Everyone on the island simply agreed, out loud, in front of witnesses, that ownership had changed hands. The stone stayed exactly where it was. Only the story about who owned it changed. Does that sound familiar? It should, because that is precisely how your bank account works today. When you send someone money, nothing physical moves. No coins slide across a table. A number changes in a database, and everyone with access to that database agrees the transfer happened. Economist Milton Friedman actually studied the Yap stone system in the 1990s and used it to explain modern currency. He pointed out that even the massive gold reserves in the vaults beneath the Federal Reserve rarely move an inch. Countries simply agree that ownership shifted. Sound familiar? Anthropologist David Graeber went further. In his research on the history of debt, he argued that money was never really about trading physical objects at all. It was about tracking obligations between people who trusted each other enough to remember who owed what. Your ancestors on Yap understood something that took modern economies thousands of years to formalize. Value isn't in the object. Value is in the agreement. Think about that the next time you tap your card. There is no coffee-sized rock changing hands. There is no gold bar sliding across a counter. There is only a shared belief, held by strangers who will never meet, that the number in your account means something. The biggest stone ever recorded on Yap was so large it never even made it ashore. It sank during transport, lost at the bottom of the ocean. And yet, the islanders still counted it as legitimate currency. Everyone simply knew it was there, knew who owned it, and treated it as real wealth, even though not a single living person had ever seen it in place. That's it. That's the whole idea behind money. Not the object, not even the transaction. Just a story everyone agrees to believe. So tonight, when you tap your phone to pay for something, remember this. You're not really using technology to move money. You're doing the same thing your ancestors did standing beside a 10-foot rock on a Pacific island. You're trusting a shared story. The rock never moved, and in a way, your money never really does either.